this tutorial is for something actually pretty awesome in Visual Studios and all of the .NET. This is called the graphics class. The graphics class is really useful, and I want to show you how to use some of the basic stuff in the graphics class. Now, the graphics class can't work when you first load your form. It just doesn't work. The form has to load first. So what we're going to do is we're going to make we're going to set a timer to 1, and so it's going to tick right when the form loads, and then after the tick we're going to say timer 1.stop. So this will basically happen once when the form, after the 1 millisecond after the form loads, and this is where we're going to create our graphics class. You can create the graphics class when you click a button or anything, or type something in a text box or press a key or anything like that, but I want to make it do it when the form loads, but you can't make the graphics class do anything when it first loads. So if you want to make it where it does something when it first loads, you're going to create a timer, and you're going to just set it to 1 millisecond, and then you're going to make it do it in this timer right here. So for the graphics class, first you want to say var, I'll just name it surface equals new, or you want to say var surface equals just var surface equals, and you want to set it equal to whatever you're creating the graphics. Like, you can draw graphics on almost anything. There are some things you can't draw graphics on. I'm going to draw the graphics on the form itself, not on a button, not on a picture box, not on any of that. I'm going to draw on the form itself. To do that, we say what we want to draw on, and the form itself is this, and dot, and what we want it to draw it on. And the function is create graphics. For everything you can use the graphics. It's this dot create graphics. Now let's make sure you don't get an error. There we go. So var surface equals this dot create graphics. Now surface is set to created graphics for this. And so to use surface, first we want to say surface dot, and now dot we use a lot of things. I'm going to show draw rectangle, and then in parentheses we want to write the pen dot blue, and almost any color can go after the dot. We can even say pen dot red, comma, then the x, y, width and height. So 0, 0, 100, 100. Now let's compile this and pens dot red. Yeah, it's pens dot red, not pen. And then form 1. And as you can see, it draws a red rectangle at 0, 0 with the width and height of 100. Now there's a lot of things like I think it's draw ellipse. And see, draw ellipse will draw a circle with that width and height. We also have draw line. Draw line. And as you can see, it will draw a line from the first 2 coordinates to the second coordinates. Now, there's a lot of things the graphics class can do, and another one it can do is fill. If instead of saying fill ellipse or fill, or instead of saying draw line, or instead of saying like draw rectangle or draw ellipse, we can use things like fill rectangle. And if you use a fill instead of a draw, we have to say brushes, and we got to use brushes instead of pens. And so this should draw a red rectangle that's filled. Now when we launch this, we get a filled red rectangle. And we can also say something like fill ellipse. Now as you can see, a filled circle. That's it for this tutorial. Next we'll do images.